Okie dokie. So we've come up a little bit now, probably about 500 feet or so from where we began. And we had that nice lens. It was really clear lens you could see of compacted glacial till down at the bottom when we first started up. And I've been noticing, looking in the ditch lines and as we've been coming up here, it's still here. So we have pretty much the same kind of profile. We have some larger glacial outwash material, then mixed in even with some angular basalt type material here, and then, you know, a couple B horizons, and then we get right into this compacted glacial till material here, you know, which seems to be, from what I could judge, we have about 1 meter or 1.5 meters of soil, and then we get into the, ouch, that is hard, compacted glacial till layer here. You can see, you know, very difficult to get into. Goes up to here to about right there, and then you get this granular, gravelly B horizon. Very weak, very weak B horizon. A lot of the O horizon here has now been I would say mixed in to the top foot or so of soil, which you know, is displacing the soil to a certain degree. However, forest is pretty resilient, and those soil, the O horizon will, especially since we've left so many trees behind, they're going to get a lot of organic matter input still, even before we plant, which again, we'll plant this in a couple years. We will be using vegetation control here because of the amount of understory vegetation that's still here. You can see it was just logged and still it's green, although it's a lot of sword fern. There's definitely some other vegetation in there, and some seed beds that have been opened up that we're going to need to control on this site if we want the Douglas fir to establish. Here's more of that compacted till layer. So if you can imagine, you know, this whole area in here, this whole sail area, all the way back down to where we parked, has a very similar soil profile to it, where it has about, you know, 1 meter or 1.5 meters of soil until you get into that compacted till and glacial till area. And so it's like this, you know, imagine 12,000 years ago there was a glacier sitting in here with 2,000 feet of ice above us, compacting this material down, and water is causing all the glacial outwash to consolidate in areas, and then the weight and time of the glacier on it packing it down. And now 12,000 years have gone, and in about that amount of time, with these type of forests and this type of land management, we've been able to build 1.5 meters to 2 meters of soil above that layer. So 12,000 years and, you know, about 1 meter of soil. Kind of hard to wrap your head around those numbers in a way, but that's not a ton of soil, and because 12,000 years is you know, several lifetimes, at least in our reality, in our time scale. 12,000 years to build 1 meter of soil, that seems like a long time to me, but you know, it is what it is, and we have done everything we could to reduce rutting and reduce mixing into the soil, but it is happening here. Like I said, the forest is resilient, and another year this will just be covered in vegetation until we come in next spring and and burn it back with some herbicide.